Hello viewers, Super GT here, and I'm back in the cycle production hopper. So we're going to jump around in some different vehicles, but everyone in the lobby has exactly the same car, equal machinery, but just as much chance as, or if not more chance, of getting absolutely annihilated in the rear end as we head towards the first corner. There it is, there is the annihilation in the rear end. I'm going to go into that other poor soul who I've just battered around to the side. Hopefully he doesn't think that that was my fault and come back for a retaliation move. Got up the inside into turn number 2, up into 5th place. We're driving the Mazda MX-5 Cup. Now this is a really good car. Wow, check those limits out. Now this is a really good car for racing side by side with people. And by people I mean subhumans, which are usually what is roaming these Forza lobbies. But with this kind of car, fairly low speed car, you can usually get fairly close to each other. Perhaps a bit of rubbing as well, if it has to come to that. That's the good thing about this car. It's fairly robust. It's fairly low speed, so you can race very close with each other. It makes for some very exciting races, usually anyway. As we come into the corkscrew, this guy's going to come in way too hot. Now that is just pure filth, absolute filth right there, coming in out of nowhere and just savaging that guy for no reason at all. But I've gone up into second. I have absolutely capitalised from that chaos. Gone up into second place. Now you can see their first place is absolutely gone, way around this final turn already. Very close to getting sideswiped in the final turn. But nothing else happened in this race really. It was just kind of me hot lapping for the rest of the race and coming across the line. I set a fairly decent lap, 44.9, and the guy in front 44.8, so we were fairly even. This brings us to the next race at Watkins Glen, so the short version, and we're in the Formula Ford. As we go into the first turn, I'm just again trying to not get annihilated in the rear end, but I am going to. But luckily that guy was there on the outside, and you can see there that us two were the only two to get away. We were the lucky two there to escape certain death. So luckily for us two, we've got away. We can now have hopefully a nice clean race. Now, seen when I got out front with this guy, this is the guy who was first in the Mazda MX-5 race. So I know that he's got speed, so hopefully we can try and keep up with him here. He goes a little bit wide through the chicane, goes across the grass, he's sideways, and I'm around the outside. The Formula Ford is one of these cars which is let's say the PI is very much in favour of handling and braking, so it does turn very quickly, it's very responsive. At the same time, the acceleration and the top speed is a bit lower, so you really do have to get on that throttle very early and make sure you nail those corners. I just grazed the curb there through the second to last corner. That's gonna it kind of spits you out, these curbs at the last sector of this track. When you graze those curbs, it kind of chews you up, spits you out. And then moving to lap number 3, the end of lap number 3 at least, you can see there, got a little bit sideways for the final turn. Now he's going to be right on me, about 20 feet behind. So I think that's a little bit too close for comfort. I'm going to move to the inside line, look for the 200 board. There it is, he's around the outside. I'm just about going to cover him off there. So a tactical defensive work there. But then this guy, all of a sudden, right, just some random guy just appears. And when you see that, alarm bells are ringing. Don't know which side to go, faking one side. Turns out that he kind of didn't really bother trying to ram me, so luckily that wall was there and I kind of just glanced off it and got through. So you never know when there's someone stopped in the middle of the track. 99.999, no, 100% of the time it's going to be a rammer. Maybe just that time there he wasn't actually trying. So yeah, maybe 99.9%. But there we go, in the end we did manage to keep the lead and win the race. So at least a fairly clean race there, apart from that backmarker incident and the incident at the start. But this race, well, I'd rather shove pencils into my eyes than do this again. This is always the worst combination on the cycle production hopper, always. mainly because this car is very quick in a line and doesn't have any brakes. As you can see there, someone obviously opting just to not bother pressing the brake pedal and go straight on, clattering into everyone else. So let's hope that turn 2 can return some dividends. Well, no, okay, it's not going to. That's 2 in a row. So 2 corners tried to navigate, 2 corners successfully rammed into the wall. So very, very unsuccessful going so far. We're down in 14th place. Now, the guy just reversing back onto the track, just hit someone. Another guy rejoining. I mean, what the hell is going on? Now you're going to come down to this, the hairpin. Just check this out, guys. This is absolutely insane. This guy, oh my god, NASA space program is back. This guy clearly wanting to become the new Neil Armstrong. Let's take another look at that. I don't know what sends him that high, but, well, I mean, obviously rocket fuel, because that is absolutely amazing stuff. Really not sure how he managed that, but, I mean, fair play to him for doing that. Getting tons of air there. Now, I'm on the back foot, really, here, and I'm on guard. I'm on guard, really. Coming through this bend, South Africa on my right-hand side. So as we go to this one, some Americans are going to come flying out of nowhere and just annihilate me into the wall. So you can see here, you can see a theme emerging here, really, which is just pure death. This is just literally the lobby of pure death. Because I think I've actually died probably 3 times in this lobby already, in this race. There's a guy who's tried to go to space. The guy comes back at me for another swipe, smashing me off the track. I just about managed to keep it going in a straight line, though. So, well, I mean, this is just really as bad as it gets, I think. Actually, no, it's probably not. There's probably a lot worse than this, but this is bad by my standards. Actually, I don't get this a huge amount. So I'm going to catch up with this guy again. He actually somehow got ahead of me. And then he goes a little bit wider, go to the inside. Okay, fair enough. On the brakes and just turns across. Yeah, so this is where I really look forward to Project Cars 2, you know. I'm absolutely looking forward to Forza 7. You know, I will play that game. I'll probably play that game the most. That's probably the game I'll be playing the most at the end of this year and next year and probably the year after. But I would like to get some proper racing down, actually. I might even head back onto iRacing for a bit as well. But this guy here, obviously, revenge is in order. A couple of hits. I won't let that go lightly. So obviously, give a couple of corners here, and he'll be buried extremely deep in a tyre wall. So looking for that 6th place as well, of course. So I'm 7th at the moment. A couple of guys off there, one guy off onto the grass. That's going to slow this guy down, and then he's just going to drive very wide. And obviously, this guy's fairly heavy, actually. Doesn't have the greatest handling, even with the air brake. But there he goes. He goes straight off. So he did the work for me. I didn't actually have to do anything there. I guess in pure fear of the Super GT effect, he just went and drove himself straight off the track. Now we've got a back marker here. You did see earlier, maybe there was a guy driving backwards. Kind of tells you all you need to know really about this lobby. And then those guys haven't made contact. So a back marker. And I've gone up into 5th place. There's the back mark. I'm surprised he didn't actually turn across me there. Tried to kill me for the 8th time this race. But thankfully, Forza gods were looking kindly upon me at the end of this race for some reason. It's coming around the final turn. The McLaren P1 at Sebring. If it ever comes up in cycle production, might be an idea not to vote for it. Depends on who's in the lobby, I guess. If you got these rammers, then yeah, definitely don't vote for it. Finishing 5th, so not the 6th place that I was looking for. But anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. A bit of cycle production for you. And do subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button, as always, if you did enjoy the video. I shall see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. As always, goodbye.